What's good, everybody? It is Tuesday, September 14th. This is your daily sports betting show of record. We like to call it the early edge. We are powered by the almighty SportsLine. There are no days off for the best cappers in the world. This is why we love the NFL season. Because already today, do not forget, follow us at our YouTube page. If you're watching, you're here, right? Turn on those notifications. 5 p.m. Eastern time every single Tuesday. Today, Week 2 NFL Mega Preview, because Week 2 starts Thursday night. No rest for the weary. Now, our early edge shout-out, we're bringing it back today. It goes to one of our followers, Justice Scott, who won last night on the Raiders side of things, just like I did. Just a few other guys, R.J. White to name a few. And he took those winnings and he donated to the charity that Jay Smooth supports, which is really cool. Tweeted out his ticket today that he made that donation. So, Justice, thank you. We like people that are all about it, not just talk about it. Now, let's bring in the stars of the show. We got no time to waste today. And you know, last night on the Early Edge Live show, we just killed a bunch of different props all night long. M Squared was there. What's good, man?
Not a lot, Coach. Had a lot of fun with that game last night. I can't tell you how great it is to have the NFL back. So fun to have the community on Twitter and everything we've built here at the Early Edge. So a lot of fun. Didn't get there on my Duvernay prop, but still loved it. Loved the amount of routes he ran. Loved the number of snaps that he played. So that's one we'll be able to attack. And then fortunately, Henry Ruggs had the injury scare, but ended up getting there on that one. So ended up being an all right night.
That was nice. It did. A lot of things came in late. The over on Derek Carr. Every prop on Derek Carr went over because he had over 400 yards. You know who was not happy about last night, M Squared? You know who wasn't happy last night?
I'm guessing somebody else.
Well, I'm guessing two other else's. Let's go to AB first. AB, how are you feeling this morning?
Coach, I'll tell you what, I'm going to feel a little bit worse after I send that Venmo for $100 over to you. So congratulations on that Raiders win last night.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, anybody that had the Derek Carr over 1.5 touchdown sweat, buddy, we had to sweat the entire game in like 9 different finishes for it. I know. But yeah, good win, Coach, last night. You crushed it, man.
I would love to know the odds of that prop hitting when you're 2 minutes to go in overtime. All you need is a field goal. Coming off a fumble, every other coach in America would have just ran field goal. But thank God they didn't. But Zach, how are you feeling this morning, sir?
I'm actually feeling pretty good. You know, there's only been 2 or 3 times where I've had a pick on the show and I didn't post it on the site. That was one of them. But it was a heck of a game to have a showdown. It was a prop haven game. I think pretty much majority of props hit, and I'm looking forward to it. We got some more football going on this week, of course.
It's funny you mentioned the prop thing. I'm anxious to see what the Waller props are going to look like this week, because the only receiver that Derek Carr looked at last night, at least in the first 3.5 quarters, was Waller.
19 targets. Oh, my goodness, 19 targets.
Thank you. 19 targets. Amazing. All right, let's get into our show today. SportsLine, or storylines that could affect the betting lines today. And as always, Week 2 starts today. And, Mikey, let's start with you.
Yeah, basically just want to caution a little bit not to overreact to certain things, like the Green Bay Packers, for example. Obviously not as bad as the performance that they put on the field there. And important to note that underdogs went 12-4 against the spread, which is the most success underdogs have had in a week 1 or in any week really since the Super Bowl era. It is an absolute bloodbath out there for the public in week 1, but things will normalize. Don't overreact to it. Like I said, the biggest example is easily that Packers game. That team is obviously much better than the performance that they put on in week 1.
By the way, did anybody see the side-by-side pictures of Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady? And Aaron Rodgers looks like he's 30 years older than Tom Brady is right now. Amazing stuff. Now, to correlate with what M Squared just said, AB, what do you got?
Yep. So we talked about it on the show last night, and it came true again. We had 6 teams that were home underdogs last week. When the home underdog covers, games were 100% to the over. When the road favorite covers, 100% to the under. So when you're trying to play these totals, especially in games with a home underdog, you don't quite know what to do. That formula works, and it worked again for us last night.
Oh, very good. I may have to have you dive a little deeper into that, maybe on the afternoon show, because I really want you to kind of explain what you're talking about, because sometimes it can go in one ear and out the other. But I like that nugget a lot. Now, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers this morning a couple times already. Zach Attack, what do you got on him?
Yeah, the Green Bay Packers are in a big spot this week. Going to be on Monday Night Football against the Detroit Lions. Aaron Rodgers has been a starter in this league since 2008. I went back and looked at it. They have never lost back-to-back games to open up the year. They've had instances where they've lost the opening game 3 other times. The following week, they won by 7 points, 13 points, and 18 points. But here's the caveat here. Against the Detroit Lions, they are 0-2 ATS on Monday Night Football. We go back to 2019, that 1-point win by the Packers. I was on the Detroit Lions. It was very beneficial. I was lucky to get that one. There were some referee calls that should have went the other way for the Packers. I think there was an Aaron Jones touchdown called back. Should have counted. And then in 2017, they also lost to the Detroit Lions. I think it was 30-17.
Oh, all right. Very good. By the way, I was thinking as you were talking about all the different things to watch out for, the Detroit Lions, that hardcore cover team from last Sunday, they had it all the way. 16 points in the last 2 minutes to cover. Stop it. Let's stop it. All right, let's get into our board for the day. And by the way, if you're not a member of SportsLine yet, what in the world are you doing? But I'm going to do you a solid. Use a promo code EDGE right here, right now, today. We're going to give you 30 days for free. There is not a more important 30 days of the season, of the year, than right here, right now. We'll give you 30 days for free. Then after that, you'll just be off and rolling. Now, many of you have asked, is Martin Green real? All these incredible soccer picks, up over $36,000 since 2018. Well, I can assure you, he is very real, because yesterday we taped our very first Champions League only episode with Martin Green himself from south of London, old chops. He is so cool. We have 5 plays on that show today and tomorrow, 16 different Champions League games. And guess what? You can see each and every one of them on Paramount Plus Synergy. All right, let's get to my guys. And you know, when my man comes back on Tuesday, that I get a little extra skip in my step, because I get to do this. M squared. You know the drill, son. Give it to me.
All right, Coach, we're going to start with an NFL money line parlay. It's going to start with Thursday Night Football, the Washington football team here. We get a little value on them thanks to the quarterback situation. Fitzpatrick is obviously out. Heineke, he's a classic example if you've watched any of the content for a while. I'm okay with backup quarterbacks earlier in the year when they know they're going to start. They haven't taken a lot of hits, and their offensive lines are generally still healthy. That's a good thing for them. There's a lot of value here on Washington. They're catching the Giants at the right time. Obviously, a short week for both teams. Saquon Barkley not up to speed yet. They're not going to rush him back up to speed on a short week here as well. So I love them, and I'm going to be combining them with the Arizona Cardinals back at home against the Minnesota Vikings. Love the price here on the money line as well. You combine them together, it's plus 131. But I feel much better about this Cardinals team on the money line than I do against the spread here. Love them playing at home. I think Kyler Murray and company is going to get it done, because I don't think they have an answer for both Hopkins and Rondale Moore on that same time.
For those people sitting at home right now going, why should I play an NFL game on a Tuesday? If you watched all of our episodes last week, all of our content, my guys move the market, and we give out plays on a certain day for a reason. Beat the number, get it in, sit on it till this weekend, and then cash a ticket. That's why we do it. Now, speaking of Washington, how confident are we in them? Zach Attack, back us up. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm also going to be on the Washington football team. Primetime game, we know this line is going to move. We've got a couple of days. I want to get it right now at -3 against the Giants. And I look at Daniel Jones. This is going to be my first fade-worthy stat on the show for the NFL season. 8-20 in his career, 29%. Half of his wins have came against the Giants, the Washington football team, in which he is 4-0. I look at his Thursday struggles. A couple of years ago against the Patriots, they were blown out on a big underdog number. Last year against the Philadelphia Eagles, they actually covered, but he had that infamous where he tripped running 80 yards, one of the most embarrassing plays. I'm sure they're going to show that highlight a couple of times during the telecast. And then the Washington football team, they know Taylor Heineke is going to start. I think they can rely on their defense. We know this is going to be an early season, sloppy divisional Thursday night football game. Let's take the Washington football team -3.
You know what won't be sloppy? The trail that goes right up to that pay window. That's never sloppy. It's always nice. By the way, I'm going to call a little audible here because we have such a huge audience watching this morning. We're already to almost 100 likes because you people know what the deal is. So here's what we're going to do. Last night we gave away 10 10 year-long subs to SportsLine because we got over 500 likes. It helps our algorithm. It helps the show. It helps where you find it on YouTube. So pound that like button, okay? If I get to 125 before the end of the show, and that's only like 3 or 4 more minutes, I'm going to give away a year-long sub right now. Drop your Twitter handle in our comment section. Also, let us know who your favorite team is on the Champions League today. And that's how you can be eligible. And we're going to pick one that we like, all right? So it's a lot to do while you're watching, but we know you can handle it. Also, you know who's our anchor position today. So he's always going to grab your attention regardless of whether or not you're looking at the screen. Now, he does not take this position lightly when the maestro is not here. AB, the floor is yours.
Yes, Coach, you're right. I don't take the position lightly. And look, you talked about moving lines and how they go throughout the week. We have 3 picks. First one, the Saints -3.5. This line is absolutely going to move this week. Get on it as early as you can. They're on the road against the Carolina Panthers, but there's a road field advantage here, Coach. All right. The last 2 years, when the Saints have played the Panthers in New Orleans, they've won those 2 games by a combined 6 points. On the road, those 2 games in Charlotte, a combined 58 points. There's something with the Panthers playing at home that does not play well with them. Look at the Saints. That number is going to move. Second play, Alabama -15.5 Saturday against Florida. This might be the only position you have this year to fade Florida, but this is the right time to do it. Their fans are clamoring for a new starting quarterback. They don't want Emery back there. And Nick Saban has been absolutely foaming at the mouth, screaming at his team through the media that they have to step up and play better. So expect brutally ruthless execution out of Alabama. That number is going to move as well. Get it at 15.5 while you can. Last play, Ole Miss -14 at home against Tulane. Look, these 2 offenses are essentially the same thing. There's a reason why the total is above 70 points. But Lane Kiffin is petty enough to not let Tulane come into his house and do exactly what he does and show him up. And we're going to play that pettiness in our favor. There's no way Lane Kiffin is going to let Tulane throw the ball all over the field. It will be all gas, no brakes. Ole Miss -14. Let it rip.
Pettiness. Lane Kiffin pettiness. AB, I love it when you talk dirty to me. I love it when you talk dirty to me. Now, you guys are incredible out there. We have the absolute greatest community ever. I say hit the like button. It takes you a minute, and we go over 150 just like that. So I am a man of my word, and I will get fired. I don't care if the bosses are mad. I'm going to give away one right now. At GaleForce_82. Congratulations. Welcome to the family. The jeweler will reach out to you on social media and give you all the details. If you want to win a year-long sub, come to our show, 5 p.m. Eastern this afternoon. We're on for a full hour, and we break down every single game in week 2 of the NFL season. Also, don't forget, in your feed right now, our Champions League only episode with the guru, Martin Green. You can see his face and hear that voice for the very first time. We're locked and loaded. My guys and girls, they never stop working, and we do it for you. So we're up against it. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap, and it looks glorious. M squared, 1 play so far today. We're going to do a little parlay, +131. The Washington football team and the Cardinals money line plays. I love having that plus number with those 2. Cardinals look fantastic in week 1. Zack Attack, he's also on Washington, laying the points, though, -3. Then AB, 3 plays so far. Saints, -3.5. Alabama, -15.5. And Ole Miss, -14. Those last 2, you best believe they will move. These 2 coaches will run the score up. Then 1 play today from SportsLine. Lukaku, one of my favorite names to say. He is a goal-scoring freak. Half a unit on him to be the first goal scorer today at +200. Then the gem, +376. Tasty. Man United on the goal line, -1.5. Chelsea also on the goal line, -1.5. And Bayern draw no bet. That's the 2-way bet instead of the 3. Whew. It feels like a lot, but you know how we do. You know how we do. All right. Thank you all for getting up this morning, watching us, hitting that like button, being such a huge part of what we are building. All right. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For M squared, for Zack Attack, for AB, for the jeweler, I am the coach. See you at 5 p.m. Eastern this afternoon on Early Edge Live. But the brand is only one name, and it, of course, is the Early Edge. Good luck. Do you want best bets in your feed every single day? All you have to do is hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Early Edge.